So I heard you want to pass the ARRT registry exam. News flash. If you keep mixing up the parts of an X-ray circuit, you're not gonna. Welcome back, my fellow future button pushers, to another installment of Why the Hell Am I Learning This? Today's topic, the X-ray circuit. Let's break down this chaotic beast before it breaks you. This beautiful disaster of engineering exists solely to take normal, wholesome wall power and mutate it into ionizing doom beams, so we can see grandma's bones and argue about bowel gas on a KUB. The X-ray circuit has three realms. Let's start with the low voltage side, aka the I just plug it in, right? part, and 2, the high voltage side, where the real chaos starts, and 3, the filament circuit, aka microwaving the cathode until it spews electrons like a busted soda can. To break this down, part by part, I will show you a diagram in this video, but you can also see this chart in my Discord server, link in bio. It's your lucky day! My green screen is not working, so you're gonna look at my beautiful drawing. Let's turn the camera around. We're gonna start with just the primary circuit on low voltage side, which is also called the primary circuit. So first of all, here's the power from the wall. This is where we're gonna take the basic ass wall electricity and we're gonna turn it into something ionizing, which you need a lot of fucking power to do that. So, listen up. The main power switch. Incoming power supply connected to the wall. The main power switch to turn the fucker on. Okay? This is just to turn the fucker on. This is not to take any x-rays, we're just turning the motherfucker on. Alright? I don't know how many times I picked up this is the wrong one, like this is the rotor or the stator or something. No, this is not the exposure switch, that's not where any of this happens. This is just how you turn the bastard on. Got it? Next! It's our old friend, the auto transformer. How Unhinged X-ray University started, because I couldn't fucking remember what this fucker does, for the life of me. So, auto transformer. It adjusts voltage like a thermostat on meth. Let's vibe check the auto transformer. It's giving auto Karen that demands custom voltage. Okay, we're going in order now. So from the auto transformer, we've got the KVP meter, the selector. This sets how hard the beam punches through tissue. KVP, killing very powerfully. We have the exposure timer right up here. This sets how long the patient gets zapped. Basically like the oven timer. Now, here's where we go from the low voltage side to the high voltage side. We're ending the primary circuit here. Alright? So next we have the step-up transformer. This shoots voltage into the hemisphere like it just had a white monster. Not only am I terrible at drawing, my whiteboard also sucks, so we're just gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Okay, remember, we are on the high voltage section now, so we've already talked about the transformer. Now we're going to talk about these fuckers, the rectifiers. Rectifier, I hardly know her. It turns two-phased AC into one-way DC because the tube has commitment issues. So you can only go forward with direct current to the X-ray tube. Like your trauma, you just have to go forward and go through it. Anywho, so here's your X-ray tube. The MA meter, that just says how much of that voltage is in amperes. So, because that's what your mass is, right? It's your milliamperes. So the X-ray tube, it only uses direct current, and this is where the electrons slam into metal at high speed and scream X-rays. It's the chaos cauldron. Let's briefly talk about the filament circuit down here. So if you're at the auto transformer and we're going down below the primary circuit, and we're going down below that high voltage section. I mean, we're still high voltage here, but this is where we bring the power down, because if we have a fuck-ass load of power, we are going to turn our filament and our patients into a crisp. So in the filament circuit, you're going to find the step-down transformer, which lowers the voltage so the filament doesn't explode. Down equals low voltage for some thick amperage. It's also helpful to memorize many different forms of this circuit because the registry could throw any sort of picture. So here's the rheostat. Let's talk about that. I still don't fully understand this shit, but we're working through it together. So the rheostat... the filament rheostat here, down on the filament circuit. This controls how many electrons we yeet into the tube. Rheostat, it equals resistance, like me and my resistance to study. So here we are, making unhinged TikToks. You need to know that the auto transformer selects the voltage, not the step-up. Don't confuse the two or you'll flunk faster than a lead apron in a tornado. You need to know that the step-up transformer is the one that jacks up the voltage to Hulk levels so electrons can cause the proper chaos. The rectifiers keep current flowing in one direction because back and forth current is for amateurs and destroying X-ray tubes. You also need to know that the filament circuit is its own little silly network stepping down voltage and keeping amperage up so that the cathode glows like a toaster from hell. The rheostat is your MA knob. It controls how thick the electron cloud is, more MA equals more dose equals more, oops, overexposed. Don't even act like you're going to remember that on registry day if you don't get this locked into your brain pan right now. Circuit is not just a diagram. It's your entire career, condensed into wires and sadness. I know what you're thinking. I'm not a physicist, I'm not an electrician, but here you are, irradiated and pissed off, so you might as well show up and pass the test. Good night.